Today is 13th of April 2023. Yesterday we talked about the benefits that we can enjoy by practicing this meditation, the meditation that we are practicing based on the Satipatthana Sutta. And we also talk, when we know the benefits of the practice, then the respect comes, means then we can practice respectfully. So in order to practice respectfully, we mention the benefits that we can enjoy by practicing this Vipassana meditation, and practicing in respect is the first cause or the condition or factor in order to progress in meditation. And yesterday again we talked about the second factor in order to progress in meditation, that is unbroken continuity. And under the second condition, second factor, we talk how to practice in sitting meditation, how to observe rising and falling continuously, how to observe mental objects, then after how to observe the bodily sensation. We talk how to practice in sitting, then when the time is up, when the sitting, we finish sitting, when the sitting ends, then how to practice in between the sitting and walking meditation in order to link the sitting meditation and walking meditation. And we also talk how to do walking meditation step by step, and after walking meditation, again until we sit down, how to note in those activities that we perform before sitting. So this is what we talked yesterday. So I promise today I will continue this about the unbroken continuity. So why unbroken continuity is needed? It is because if we are not trying continuously, if we are not observing the presently arising object continuously, if mindfulness is not continuous, if concentration is not continuous, then kilesas have chance. The impurities of the mind has chance to arise, because kilesas, impurities of the minds, they are always loitering. Loitering means they are always seeking the chance to enter in our mind stream. So as soon as we miss the object, as soon as we lost the object, kilesas tend to arise, and our mind again become impure. Yesterday we talked, the objective of practicing meditation is purification of the mind. We are trying to purify our mind. We are not giving chance to arise the kilesas, to arise. So we should not give chance kilesas to arise. So that is why unbroken continuity is needed. Look at the floor that you are sitting on. So in the floor, the marbles are well paved. One marble is well connected to the another marble. There is no gap, there is no hole in between two marbles. They are well connected. So this floor is durable, lasting long. In case if those marbles are not well connected to each other, if there are gaps, if there are holes, intervals in between the two marbles, then what happens? Dirt or the dust will occupy. Similarly, insects will make the home in between two marbles. As a result, this floor will not be durable, lasting long, easy broken. Similarly, if there are gaps in between our awareness, then impurities will occupy, then our concentration will not be durable, our mindfulness will not be durable, so easy broken. Another example is given on the text, why the continuity, unbroken awareness is needed. The example is, before invention of the matches or the lighter, people used to strike the two rocks or the sticks in order to start a fire. So when striking, rubbing the two sticks or the rock, so have to strike continuously. There should not be any pause. There should not be any rest. There should not be any gap. Continuously should keep striking until the fire starts. So just imagine when we strike two rocks or the two sticks, we strike for a while, then pause, then resume again, then again strike, then pause, then resume again. Do you think the fire will start? No. Though we keep striking whole life, in that way fire will not start. So similarly, we have to practice continuously with unbroken continuity, awareness, mindfulness. If we do so, concentration will develop, then insight knowledge or the wisdom will develop. Otherwise, cannot. That is why in sitting also, in walking also, and daily activities also, yogis should try to be aware continuously in order to develop mindfulness, awareness, then concentration. And when concentration develops, wisdom, knowledge will develop. So if we are not practicing continuously, then it is hard to develop mindfulness, hard to develop concentration, and hard to develop knowledge. So that is why unbroken continuity is the second main factor in order to progress in our meditation. So for those yogis who are not practicing continuously, who keep resting having so many intervals, for those yogis, there is an example given in text. This is not my example. This is mentioned in the text. And it is about the chameleon. You may have seen the chameleon. So the nature of the chameleon is quite interesting. When it catches the sight of potential friend or the mate or the delicious fly from far, then it scurries, it rushes quickly. But it does not make all at once. After rushing a while, it stops. Then it raises his head and it tilts its head. Then after a while, it again scurries, rush. Then after a while, again it stops. Then again it raises his head and tilting the head, looking here, there. Then again it rushes. So after 4-5 pause, only it gets its destination. So that is why in the text, those yogis who are not practicing continuously, taking rest, talking, pausing, or having so many gaps, those yogis are called chameleon yogis. I hope here there are not many chameleon yogis. Are there? Okay, try not to be chameleon yogi. Okay, that is why we have to practice continuously in order to progress quickly. In order to make our progress faster, we have to practice continuously, and if we do, it is very easy to develop concentration, it is very easy to develop the wisdom. These are the main two factors or the condition in order to improve, in order to progress in our meditation. I repeat, practicing respectfully and practicing continuously. So continuously means from the early morning, when we start, when we wake up, we try to be mindful until we go to the bed. So we should try in that way. From the very beginning of the morning until we go to the bed. Whatever we do, whether we are sitting, whether we are walking, whether we are doing daily activities, we should try to be mindful. There should not be any gap. We should not give any chance in order kilesas to arise, in order the impurities to arise in our mind. So we have to practice continuously. In fact, when we are practicing in reverential manner, while we are practicing continuously, we are enjoying many benefits. Let's say when we are controlling our eyes, when we are not looking here and there, mind is wanting, mind wants to look here and there. But we are controlling that mind to not to look here and there. So that is the development of the controlling power. Mind wants to listen this and that voice. Mind wants to prick up our ears, but we are controlling to not to listen, not to hear unnecessary things, unnecessary voice and sound. Our body wants to move quickly. We are controlling to not to move quickly. So in this way, when we are practicing in reverential manner, in fact, we are developing the controlling faculties. Or we are trying to develop the mental power of controlling oneself. If you are doing each and every moment, then each and every moment unknowingly, you may not be You may not know about this, yogis may not know about this, but we are developing the controlling power. We are saying, hey, you cannot look here and there. We are controlling our body and mind. Hey, you cannot move quickly, you have to move slowly. At the same time, mind wants to keep thinking this and that. But we are controlling, hey, you have to observe rising, falling. You have to observe the movements of the leg. So every moment when we are trying to observe the presently arising object, that at that moment also we are developing the controlling power. While sitting, maybe we want to open our eyes. Again, we are resisting to not to open. At times we want to shift, we want to change the posture. That is also we are resisting. While walking, at times we want to take a rest for a while. That is also we are resisting. So we are resisting, we are controlling our mind each and every moment. So in this way, knowingly, unknowingly, we are trying to develop the controlling oneself, the mental power of controlling oneself. Especially when we are observing the unpleasant sensation. At that time, mostly we are developing the controlling power. Mental strength, mental power is developing at that time. We can say at that time our mind is double strong, double active. So I feel many yogis are having difficulties with unpleasant sensation. So today I will also talk, I have intended to talk about how to deal or how to observe the unpleasant sensations, how to deal with the unpleasant sensations. So to deal with unpleasant sensation, first we have to remove the wrong idea about the unpleasant sensation. And that is, the unpleasant sensations are not arising due to the meditation practice. In fact, we have been living with these unpleasant sensations since we born. And all over our body, unpleasant sensations are there from the top of the hip to the tip of the toes. Everywhere, in every pore of the body, you may see the unpleasant sensations. So what is the difference is, before practicing meditation, we were not mindful. We were not mindful, no mindfulness, no concentration. So we have no idea about that. But now we are aware of our body and mind. Awareness is there, mindfulness is there, concentration is there. That is why we are knowing, we are seeing, we are realizing those unpleasant sensations. So that is the difference. Of course, there are some exceptions are there, like because of the chronic illness, because of the past accident, there are some the unpleasant sensations are there. But except that all the sensations that arising in our body were always there. So that's why we have to accept the unpleasant sensations. We cannot say I don't like, we cannot say we don't like. Cannot say like that. We have to accept the unpleasant sensation. If we say we don't like, we hate it, then it becomes more unbearable, it becomes more irritating, it becomes more frustrating. So have the mind, yogis must have that mind which accepts. So accepting mind must be there. Oh, this is the unpleasant sensation being obvious due to mindfulness, due to concentration. So my duty is to absorb it. My job is to absorb it. By observing unpleasant sensation as well, I can develop mindfulness. I can develop concentration. I can develop wisdom. In that conviction, we have to accept and we have to just observe. Generally what we do, we hate. We behave like an enemy. In fact, not. We should not hate the pain. We have to behave like a friend. Because the more you hate, the more difficulty, the more the frustration, more become uncomfortable. So don't hate the unpleasant sensation. If you hate, sometimes even you are not dare to go to make a sitting meditation. You might be afraiding to make a sitting meditation. And with acceptance, when we observe the unpleasant sensation, the next mentality we should not have is expectation. When we observe the pain, mostly we observe to make the pain disappear, to make the unpleasant sensation disappear. That is the wrong way. If a yogi keep expecting to make the pain disappear and keep observing in that way, pain will not, unpleasant sensation will not disappear. It will not decrease, it will not disappear. Because expectation is the hindrance. It is blocking you to improve in meditation. So will not. How do we note? We say we keep noting pain, 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 but at the same time, at the background we are saying go, 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 pain, go. So this is not how we observe the pain. So we are expecting the pain to disappear. So we should not expect, because the more you expect, again the aversion arises, the frustration arises when it is not happening according to your wish. Oh, why it is not disappearing, though I am noting I have already tried a lot. Why it is not disappearing? Oh, mind becomes so frustrated. So the more expectation, more frustration. The more expectation, more irritation, more aversion, more uncomfortable feeling. So that's why expectation is very bad. We have kept our eyes closed, but we are fighting with the pain, or maybe fighting with oneself. So it is because of the expectation, so should not expect. And we don't observe any object in order to disappear, nor unpleasant sensation, neither unpleasant sensation nor the thinking and thoughts. We observe the object in order to know about it. Like we observe rising and falling to know its nature. We observe thinking and thoughts, mentalities in order to know about the mind. We observe the unpleasant sensation to know about the unpleasant sensation. So we are not observing any object to make them disappear. We are noting, observing in order to know their nature. Hence, therefore, we should not observe the pain as well to make disappear, but to know about the pain. So without expecting, we have to observe and to know about that unpleasant sensation. So the first way to deal with the unpleasant sensation or pain is to penetrating into it. We already have acceptance. I have already mentioned we have to accept the pain, unpleasant sensation. Then no expectation. Now we have to penetrate into it. We have to dive into it to see what is happening in that pain, inside the pain. Because when you penetrate into the pain, you may see many things happening inside the pain. Superficially, we just see or recognize pain as pain. But as we penetrate, we may see many things, many sensations involving. Like a tension is there, tightness is there, burning is there, stretching is there, or some movements are there, some prickling sensation are there, throbbing sensations are there. So, compound of the many sensations. So in order to observe in that way, in order to penetrate, as I have mentioned, you should not hit. If you keep hitting the pain, then cannot penetrate. Accept, don't hate, and penetrate into that pain. So if you penetrate, you might see many sensations involving. Or maybe you might see the increasing of the pain or decreasing of the pain, dissolving, changing, moving one place to another place, shifting, or many movements, many different movements you might see. As your concentration develops, you may see the pain arising and passing away so quickly, so rapidly. So in this way, when you will see many movements, many sensations, many changes, and inside the unpleasant sensation, then you will not feel uncomfortable. You are feeling uncomfortable because you believe, oh, no change, pain always same. That is why we are feeling uncomfortable. So when you will see the many changes, many things happening, or arising or passing away, you will not feel discomfort. When we observe a drop of water with the naked eye, we cannot see anything special. But when we put the sample in microscope, we can see many things happening, like a cells moving, a new cell arising, appearing, generating, old cell disappearing, maybe cells are like dancing, moving. Many fascinating things we can see by using the microscope. So similarly here we have to use the magnifying concentration in order to see what is happening inside the pain. So that's why try to penetrate into the pain. So this is the first way. First way is to penetrate. Let's say it is not working. By penetrating, you try to penetrate, but it's still not working. So pain is just increasing, so what to do? If it is so, while penetrating, when pain is increasing and being unbearable. So the second way to deal with pain is doing back and forth. Means first penetrating into the pain when it becomes unbearable. So reduce or move back a little bit, move backward, or observe the pain from little bit distance. So reduce the intensity of your focusing, we can say. Zoom out a little bit. First we have zoom in, now zoom out. Observe the pain from little bit far. And observe from that distance for a while. And again, when you believe, now I can zoom in again, then again penetrate. After a while, again in the same way, pain become unbearable, then move backward. So in this way, doing back and forth, also we can deal the pain. So this is the second way to deal with the pain. So the one thing I would like to mention, when we penetrate into the pain, at times the pain become apart from body. We feel that kind of feeling develops. Means like at the beginning we feel, oh, my hand is hurting, oh, the pain on my leg, my head is aching, pain on my head. So there is the concept or the idea of my body, my leg, my hand. But at times when we penetrate into the pain, that concept subsides, that idea subsides. We don't feel as my head or my leg or my back or my body aching. It departs. Pain becomes separate from the body. Pain is apart from the body. That kind of feeling also develops when we penetrate into the pain. And again, when there is no feeling or the idea of my head, my back, my leg, then again it is easy to bear. Now it is hard to bear because we think, oh, my leg is hurting, my hand is hurting, my head is hurting. My is there. So the third way to deal with the pain is by doing back and forth. If it's still not working, now it is time to ignore the pain. Just ignore, forget the pain, and try to observe rising and falling or any other obvious object. But to observe the rising and falling or any other object, yogis need extra energy because pain is quite obvious. The gravity or the pulling force of the pain is there. So in order to go against that gravity, that pulling force, you will need extra energy. Put some extra energy, ignore that pain, and try to observe any other object. By observing any other object, if it's still not working, if it's still getting hard, then at times you can motivate yourself. In order to develop the patience, there are many ways to motivate. There are many ways to develop the energy. Like this pain is helping me to develop the mental strength. Actually, while we are observing pain, our mind is double strong. While observing other objects like abdomen, main object, thinking and thoughts, at that time also mind is getting strong. but especially when we are observing pain, mind is doubly strong, being doubly stronger. So you can motivate yourself, oh, by observing the pain, my mind is getting doubly strong, or I have to develop patience, or maybe another way is to contemplate the death. That is the another option. Contemplating the death is like this body, we can die anytime. This is the nature. So maybe next year, after 6 months, 3 months, maybe 2 months, next month, or next week, next day, anytime. Within 12 hours, within 6 hours, within 1 hour, half hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, within a minute. So if even the body can decay within a minute or within a second, then the sensation which is arising on this body cannot last long. So in that way we can motivate our mind in order to forbear, in order to endure the pain. Yogis need only a victory against the pain. Once you have a victory, then confidence develops. Like, for example, when we play boxing, if we have never had victory with opponent, our confidence level is low. We have no enough confidence to win. But as we make a victory against the opponent, then next time, again, if we have to fight with the same opponent, now our confidence is more high. Oh, last time I have already beat him. I can win. I can have victory. That kind of confidence develops. Similarly, here, yogis need a single victory against the pain. Once yogis have a victory to an unpleasant sensation, then now confidence develops. Oh, I can overcome the pain by observing. So next time, same pain, similar pain, or any other pain arise, then now you are dare enough to face. Oh, I can do that. So every time when you overcome the pain by observing, the confidence level keeps going high and high. So that's why beat your pain once and have a victory in order to develop the confidence. Apply the method, the ways that I have just mentioned. But repeatedly you have to apply. You cannot say by applying just once, oh, it's not working. No. Have to apply again and again. Some yogis could be able to do at once, some may not. Just keep trying. I believe very soon you will beat the pain and have victory and will develop the confidence. Otherwise, body keeps demanding, oh, please change a little bit, please shift a little bit. We listen our body and mind, we change. After a while, again mind will say, our body will say, oh, not yet enough. a little more. So body keeps demanding to change again and again, and it is not going to work. Okay, this is how we deal with the pain. So by applying this method, may you be able to deal with pain, and especially by applying the two main conditions or the factors, practicing in reverence and practicing with unbroken continuity, may you be able to progress in meditation, and may you be able to develop concentration and wisdom.
สา
สาธุ สาธุ สา